Yeah, I'm going to attempt to fix this ratchet. Actually, it does need a rebuild kit because I took off. What was really wrong with it was this little lever. There's the lever sits on it like that, and you can see I got some tape on here because I'm using it on a product. I found, well, it's pretty damn. I used to use JB Weld for stuff like this, but this other product is way better. It's more expensive, and it has a little notch that goes in here, right in there, and good part of that notch has broken off because I used this ratchet to take off some truck wheel lugs one time, and I used a 10-foot pipe on it, 8 or 10-foot pipe. I mean, I really abused the hell out of this ratchet. It's a made in USA Craftsman ratchet, but I really overdid it with this, and you can see, I hammered with it a bunch and stuff. But really, I popped it a little bit when I tried to take off some truck wheel lugs, not a car, truck. And actually one of the teeth in here is broken, so I want to put a rebuild kit in it. But what I did was I used this panel adhesive to make the rest of that little notch thing that fits in here. And it's this stuff here. So it's 3M 08115 panel bonding adhesive. I don't use the gun. I just got these two little bars that fit in here and just put them against my chest. Squirt out equal parts of white and black, just like JB Weld, except it's way stronger shit, man. It's made for like gluing on quarter panels or rocker panels. That's how they make cars today. They glue them together, right? But I figure it's good enough because it's a well, all I use this for is I'm going to keep this in a Jeep just in case I never need to fill up the trans or the transfer case. They don't think it's leaking now at all, but I fixed it. But I got the 15/16 socket on here, and it just sits in here. I got other wrenches that are good. I'll probably rebuild this one now, but let's see if this works. So I'm going to take the Dremel, and I made a bunch of tape. I built it up over here, and I built up the 3M panel bond adhesive, and it already has some of the metal left. I was going to weld it, but I said, let me try this because I think this crap is really strong. And since there was an indentation where it broke off part of that thing that's in there, the panel adhesive is going to go in there, and it's real jaggedy. And I chemically cleaned it, so I think it's actually going to hold up as good as metal. So let's see what happens. First, I'm going to be cutting this out with the Dremel this way. Make a new thing to fit in that slot. Well, it looks like it came out okay, actually. You see there's a little notch fits in here. So, see? So, just got to put the little clip in there, and that'll probably hold up okay, because actually it's got some of the steel in there already. It does switch, but the ratchet has one of the teeth broken, but it's good enough for what I'm going to be using it for, but I'll probably rebuild it. But it goes to show you that this stuff here, I mean, it's more expensive than JB Weld. Several times more money, but I've used it in some situations before, and it worked where JB Weld did not hold up. This stuff is some strong stuff, and sometimes you just can't weld in this, because a lot of cars today are plastic. You want to repair some plastic stuff, or you want to put a washer on something and like grind down the plastic where the plastic cracked and put a steel washer over it and glue that washer in there. That stuff really is some kick-ass stuff, man. Stronger than a lot of plastics out there. So, like I said, it's for gluing on quarter panels and rocker panels today. Nothing structural, but it'll probably work in this application for a while. I'm curious to see how I think it will. I think it'll be all right, but I'm going to probably rebuild this anyway. But I just want to highlight that. A lot of other uses for this product, man. It's good to keep around. Well, it works fine, so you just you flip it that way and it goes the other way. That was the only thing, that was the main thing I had a problem with. It wasn't changing direction. But like I said, even the way I didn't even like fully break this, it's rebuildable too. I just broke one of the teeth on the ratchet inside. It was with a 10-foot breaker bar on truck wheel lugs. So, I mean, it goes to show you that was a made in USA Craftsman from years ago. I got this wrench years ago. But I still always used it. It's just that I always had to, like, move it like that and I had to smack it and then get it to change direction. But now it's works fine. There's only one gear in here someplace where it skips. But it's hardly noticeable. So... anyway, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You know, quick release. And like I said, you just flip the wrench that way and you do your thing. Let's see. There it is. Use a little grease in there too. By the way, you know, some people freaking take these all apart and clean them. Man, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is soak them in kerosene and then put them in like oil. You have to pull them apart and freaking clean them, man. Not gonna waste the time. That needs a little oil on there too, though. So get some oil in here, like right in here. Just oil it right there, and some heavyweight shit. Usually, like gear oil is perfect for this kind of crap. It seeps in there. Don't use like WD-40 to oil these. Use some like gear lube is usually good, something like that. Anyway, it's like I said, it's good shit. Way stronger than JB Weld, but several times more expensive. But the point is, a lot of times it'll work. You know, you don't think some glues work? That shit is some strong stuff, man. Panel adhesive. It's expensive, but it's worth it because it'll actually do a job. It'll do the job. Yeah, I put some gear lube on here now. It's fine. So it, you know, works good. Flip the other way. That's the shit you want to use. A lot of people use these really lightweight oils, and really think about it. What's a ratchet doing? It's almost like what's in a transmission or differential. It's like a lot of, you want some high pressure oil, right? High point oil, and that's what you want to use. Just use a little gear lube. Just put it right in there. It gets right in there. So it'll probably last for umpteen years, but I'm going to rebuild it anyway. And that's where I'll leave it, underneath the seat on a Jeep, and with the gear oil right here. So just in case I got a way to get that, you know, because it's a 6-point socket. You know, you can take off those sometimes very difficult to remove trans and filler plugs, transfer case filler plugs. But like, you know, I try to stay. That's all that it's for. You know, it's not a wrench I use all the time. Like you see my Jeep, I got a little solar charger, some rope, some tire chains here, cable chains, and regular tire chains. So, like this little sucker, man, it's pretty damn good. Anyway, that's all I got to say.